Most people think a cruise is just sun, food and fun. But the truth is very different. These floating cities are designed for you to spend as much as possible, no matter how much you try to plan your expenses, and most passengers don't even realize it. Today, on Cruise Hacker, I'm going to reveal 15 powerful hacks and expert secrets that cruise lines never wanted you to know. And that will help you travel smarter, save hundreds of dollars, and feel like a VIP passenger who always knows what they're doing. I am your guide here on Cruise Hacker. And this is the information you probably would have wanted to know before booking your last trip, but better late than never. So grab your notebook and let's set sail. 1. Book in the off-season and save up to 30%. Everyone wants to travel in the summer, during holidays, or on special occasions. And guess what? The cruise lines know this too. And during those times, prices skyrocket by 40% or 50%. But ships sail all year round, and during low-demand months, many cabins remain empty. That's your opportunity. Book right after school resumes, in the spring before summer, or after New Year's when the crowds disappear. That same 7-night cruise that costs $2,000 in July can drop to $1,400 in September. Same ship, same route, same experience. Sure, there's a reason: cooler weather or fewer families on board. But if your schedule is flexible, you'll save a fortune. Cruise Hacker Tip: use websites like Cruise Watch or Vacations to Go to track price drops in real time. 2. Don't overpay for new ships. Those new mega ships look amazing in ads. 10-story slides, robot waiters, glass walkways, surf simulators, and yes, sky-high prices. The cruise lines know that hype works, so they charge extra just for being the newest. But the truth is that new doesn't always mean better. Ships that are a few years old, especially those that have been recently renovated, usually offer the same restaurants, shows, and service as the newer ones, but with fewer people and much lower prices. Think of it this way: the new flagship can cost $3,000 per person, while its twin, on the same route, costs $2,000. That's 30% less for the same destination, the same sunsets, and the same sea view from your balcony. Moreover, smaller and older ships usually have quicker boarding, fewer lines, and a more personal atmosphere. You won't lose comfort, just the noise of marketing. Before booking, look for ships that have been renovated in the last 2 or 3 years, instead of the newly launched ones. That's the way to sail smarter, not more expensively, and save those $100 for excursions or special dinners. 3. Book popular activities in advance. There are always passengers who board thinking, "I'll see what I do when I'm on board." By the second day, all the restaurants, spas, and excursions are already full. What many don't know is that most cruise lines open their bookings between 30 and 90 days before the trip, and experienced travelers are there the same day, even at midnight, securing every key experience before it disappears. Booking early not only guarantees you availability, but also better times, less stress, and the freedom to organize your trip the way you really want, not how it ends up available. The difference is between dining at the steakhouse at 7 p.m. or settling for leftovers at 10 p.m. Cruise Hacker Tip: mark the day you book the cruise on your calendar and log in just as the reservations open. Secure everything that interests you. If you change your mind later, you can almost always cancel it without penalty. 4. When drink packages are worth it, and when they aren't. Drink packages sound like the ultimate luxury. Unlimited cocktails, wine, and coffees for a fixed fee. But beware, most cost between $60 and $90 per person per day. For it to be worth it, you'd have to drink 6 or 7 drinks each day. If you're the kind who starts with a mimosa, continues with margaritas at the pool, wine at dinner, and cocktails at night, perfect. But most people simply don't drink that much. And the worst part, if one adult in the cabin buys it, all adults usually have to buy it too, even if they hardly drink. Do the math before deciding. Calculate your actual consumption and multiply it. It might be better to pay for individual drinks and take advantage of happy hours. That's the real trick. Spend according to your habits, not the all-inclusive marketing. 5. Use onboard credit wisely. Many cruises include onboard credit, free money to spend on the ship. It sounds great, but the cruise lines count on you wasting it quickly on expensive extras you don't need. Don't fall into the trap. Avoid spending it on souvenirs, post photos, or cocktails that disappear in minutes. Treat it as a small investment in your experience, not as a blank check. Prioritize moments that are worth it: excursions, spa treatments, or special dinners. That leaves you with lasting memories, not junk. And if you have something left at the end of the trip, use it wisely. Tips for the crew or duty-free shopping. Cruise hacker tip. Think of the credit as a mini budget. Use it only on what truly enhances your trip. 6. Book your next cruise while you're on board. It sounds strange, but doing it during your current cruise can give you discounts and exclusive benefits: 10 to 20% discount, reduced deposits, additional credit, or even cabin upgrades. If you plan another trip within 1 or 2 years, it's a safe move. And if you change your mind, many cruise lines allow you to transfer or gift the reservation. Cruise hacker tip. Visit the sales desk during the first or last days of the cruise. That's when agents are more willing to offer extras. And don't be afraid to ask, could you include something extra to help me book today? 7. Bring a USB hub, not a power strip. Cruise cabins are notorious for having only 2 outlets. With phones, tablets, cameras, and watches, that's not enough. And if you share a cabin, it becomes a nightly battle over who charges first. But beware, power strips are prohibited for safety reasons. The solution: a compact USB hub with 4 or 6 ports and no AC plugs. They are safe, allowed, and cost $20. You plug it in once, and all your devices will be charging, organized, and ready for the next day. A small detail that will make you look like the most prepared passenger on the ship. The truth about privacy in your cabin that few know. Many passengers board thinking their cabin is like a hotel room, a private space where no one enters unless you allow it. In reality, on a cruise, the crew does not spy on you, invade your privacy, or have any interest in what you do inside your cabin. But there are strict protocols that allow staff to enter in specific situations, even if the "Do Not Disturb" sign is on the door. Why? Because a ship is a completely different environment than a hotel on land. Here everything must be controlled, from strange smells to unusual noises. If there's a loud noise, a bang, a scream, or something that could be a medical emergency, they will enter to make sure everything is okay. And if many hours pass without activity in a cabin, without light, movement, or door opening, the security team may check as a precaution. They are not going to search your belongings. They don't check drawers or suitcases. Their only goal is to protect you and keep the ship running with maximum safety. And although these interventions are rare, it's important to understand this. On a cruise, your privacy exists, but it's always subordinate to the safety of the ship. It's a silent rule, one of those truths you won't see in advertising, but all passengers should know. Because thousands of miles from the coast, safety is not a detail, it's the #1 priority. 9. Beware of photographers. Official photos are beautiful and very expensive. At the pool, on deck, at embarkation, at the theme dinner, there will always be a photographer offering you a quick photo for free. But be careful, because the free photo is just the shot, not the copy. On most ships, a single printed photo can cost $20. And if you want the digital version, prepare another $15. And they don't take just one, they take many, because their business is to have you buy at least one as a memento. Here's the trick: photographers can't stop you from taking your own photos at the exact same spot. You just have to wait a few seconds for them to finish their work, stand in the same spot, and take the same photo with your own phone. Free. Same background, same light, same memory. And if you don't want to take selfies, the waiters and crew members are usually happy to help if you ask them nicely. Many even find the best angle and take several photos for you at no cost. 10. The trick to ensure your luggage never gets lost on board. We've all seen that scene. Hundreds of suitcases move along the conveyor belt, pile up on carts, load onto the port truck, and disappear through the crew entrance while you walk toward it with a vacation smile on your face. But here's a truth that almost no one tells you. Your luggage, at that moment, is experiencing a little battlefield. Imagine your suitcase sliding down metal ramps, brushing against others, being stacked, pushed, dragged, wedged behind a cart, and the only thing identifying it is a piece of paper. A small luggage tag printed at home, folded and stapled to the handle. Now think about this. That paper is the only thing preventing your suitcase from getting lost in a labyrinth of 10,000 pieces of luggage. And yes, it happens more often than you think. I've seen suitcases arrive without tags, without names, without cabin numbers, completely anonymous. The consequence? Passengers spending 2 days in the same clothes, without a swimsuit, without medicine, without any essentials, hoping someone happens to find it. The good news, it can be avoided. The trick is simple. Don't entrust your trip to a piece of paper. There are 2 foolproof solutions. 1. Buy plastic tag protectors, those rigid and transparent ones that screw onto the suitcase. They cost a few euros and make your tag practically indestructible. Or 2. If you want a quick solution, cover your tag with transparent adhesive tape until it becomes an improvised mini lamination. It doesn't break, doesn't get wet, and withstands all handling. The difference between arriving relaxed to your cabin or starting the cruise stressed is marked by a small detail that almost no one remembers, because on a ship with thousands of suitcases, yours is the most important. 11. Avoid the buffet on embarkation day. The buffet on the first day is pure chaos. Long lines, crowded tables, lukewarm food, and exhausted passengers dragging their suitcases while looking for a place to sit. It's the worst time to try to eat something peacefully on board. It's the same scene on every cruise. A hungry crowd arriving from a flight. Another group trying to leave their luggage under the table. Children running between trays. And you in the middle, trying to balance a plate that no longer looks good. Experienced travelers know this. That's not the place where you want to start your vacation. Instead, the main dining room and the pool grill are usually open with free tables, more relaxed service, and freshly prepared food. The difference in atmosphere is huge, while the buffet feels like a train station at rush hour. These spaces offer the peace you need to enter vacation mode from the first minute. Cruise hacker tip. Eat before embarking, or wait a couple of hours for it to clear out. That way, you'll enjoy your first meal calmly, without rush, without noise, and without starting the trip with unnecessary stress. 12. Advantages of disembarking last. Most passengers experience disembarkation day as if it were a race. They wake up to announcements over loudspeakers, hallways full of suitcases, people running to avoid missing their turn, and a sense of stress that contrasts with the peace of the rest of the trip. The truth that almost no one knows, you don't have to join that chaos. The cruise lines don't inform you because they want you to disembark as soon as possible. They need to clear the ship to clean, reorganize, prepare the cabins, and embark new passengers in a matter of hours. That's why you'll see insistent messages, notices everywhere, and staff encouraging you to leave the ship as soon as possible. But the reality is different. If you don't have an early flight, disembarking last is a totally different experience. The elevators are no longer crowded. There are no endless lines in the hallways or pushing in the waiting theater. The staff is already relaxed, and you're one of the few walking through the ship in total calm, enjoying your last minutes on board, as if the cruise hadn't ended yet. And here's another advantage that many ignore. Your luggage will be the easiest to locate. While everyone desperately searches through mountains of suitcases, yours will be in an almost empty area. A way to end the trip without stress, without rushing, and without the hassle felt by thousands of passengers unaware of this little trick. 13. Why you should never prepay tips. On many cruises, as soon as you book, the tempting message appears. Do you want to prepay your tips? These are usually around $14 to $18 per person per day. It sounds convenient, almost practical, but here's the truth that few tell. Once you prepay them, that money disappears into the system, no matter what happens during the trip. Imagine the scene. You've been on board for 3 days. A waiter has saved your life by bringing you coffee first thing in the morning. Your cabin assistant has left your room spotless before you return from breakfast, and a bartender already knows your favorite drink without you having to ask. It's those small gestures that truly make your cruise unforgettable, the ones that deserve direct recognition. Most of the crew works with incredible dedication, but when someone stands out, a tip given by hand has a much greater emotional and practical value. It reaches them fully, without intermediaries, without diluted percentages, and, above all, it feels like a real gratitude. Cruise hacker tip. It's not about avoiding tips, but about being smart with them. Keep the minimum base fare, and reserve a part to personally reward those who elevate your experience. They notice it, you feel it, and your trip becomes much more special. 14. Don't pay for the ship's internet. Cruise Wi-Fi is slow, expensive, and frustrating. $20 to $30 a day. For a connection slower than dial-up. Do you really need to be connected all the time? Disconnect for a week. If you need a connection, use free Wi-Fi at the ports, or choose ships with Starlink, faster, and somewhat more economical. Cruise Hacker Tip. Download series, music, and maps before boarding. Airplane mode plus vacation mode equals total disconnection. 15. The best kept secret. Few people know about it, and practically no cruise line mentions it openly. But something happens from the moment you board the ship and receive your card or bracelet. The same one you use to open your cabin or pay for a drink, as it is a small object that hides a huge secret. Because that card is not just a key, it's a silent tracker. Every time you pass through a door, enter a shop, consume something at a bar, or access an area of the ship, it is recorded. An invisible map of your movements is drawn in real time. It knows how long you spent in front of the jewelry store, how many times you return to the pool bar, what time you usually leave your cabin, and even which areas of the ship you never visit. The cruise lines justify this system as a matter of safety. And it's true, if something happens, they can locate any passenger in seconds. But that is not the only reason. That information is also used for something much more strategic. Create personalized offers based on your behavior on board. If you spend a lot of time at the spa, you'll receive a casual afternoon discount. If you visit the cocktail bar several times, they'll offer you a tailored drinks package. If they saw you looking at luxury watches, don't be surprised if an exclusive sale appears today only. Your onboard experience adapts, but it is also directed. And although it's not negative, many passengers love these offers. Yes, it's one of the best kept secrets of the cruise world at sea. Every step leaves a trace, and the cruise line knows it. And there you have it, the 15 hacks and secrets of cruises they don't want you to know, that will save you a fortune. Make the most of your trip, and make you seem like a real expert on board. With these tips, you won't overpay out of ignorance or fall into the usual traps. You can invest your money in what really matters, and enjoy your cruise to the fullest without your wallet suffering. Now tell me, which of these secrets didn't you know, and which will you try on your next cruise? Leave it below in the comments. If you found this video useful, like it, subscribe, and activate the bell, because more secrets, hidden offers, and smart travel tips are coming to travel like a pro. Until next time, see you on deck, and have a good trip.